Okay, hi, Paul Sakis, Good News Broadcast and Pause the World for Peace. And we're here actually with an author, and his name is Cash Nickerson. And Cash has written another book. He's written quite a few of them. And this one is called The Seven Tensions of Negotiation, the importance of using tension for successful negotiation with an author. Um, that's Cash, professor and attorney. So I already have tension because I see all these diplomas and all these documents behind. So I'm already tense to start this conversation. So what is tension? What does tension mean to you?
Yeah, tension is that feeling that you just described. And we're mostly not in touch with tension until it's too late in a negotiation scenario. You notice you'll be, let's say, negotiating with a significant other or a spouse, and all of a sudden, they blow up or you blow up or one walks away and gives up. It's because you didn't recognize the tension that you were feeling early on. Something's bothering you, and self awareness is critical. And as you feel that tension, what this book does is it identifies the seven tensions that exist in every negotiation and helps you realize what tension that you're feeling and allows you to sort of focus on that tension and deal with that rather than pull something else in.
Professor, you already had me thinking about something. So what in essence you're saying, it's about me. It's not about them. It's about me. And if I can see how I'm feeling, I potentially can deal with them. Is that what we're talking about? It's not worrying about what do they want? What do they need? A lot of things. How do I handle myself here to begin with?
Yeah, very good, Paul. Because look, suppose I tell you, hey, I want something by Wednesday. Now, your response could be, hey, you know what? You always push me with deadlines. Okay, you're attacking the relationship instead of dealing with the timing tension. So those are two of the seven tensions. And what you really need to do is look at timing and say, look, here's what's unreasonable about Wednesday, or here's a different process for getting from here to there. So, in the absence of understanding the different tensions that exist, a lot of things can sort of get lumped into the relationship and you just sort of attack the other person.
That's interesting. That was very interesting example. So that was one of the tensions. And you have six more of these?
Yeah. So imagine sitting across from somebody and there's a candy bar between the two of you. The things that you're going to wonder about and worry about is like, well, what is the relationship I have with that person? Is it my daughter? Is it my enemy? That's going to affect you. What outcome do you think is reasonable? What timing do you have available? What process should you use to sort of agree or disagree? Is there a power difference? Is there a team to which you're accountable? And should you just use an agent to do it? Those are the seven tensions.
I mean, I would grab the candy bar and start eating it. No, no, I would, me personally, Paul. I'm doing the World Peace Day concert, so I'm always looking at how to keep things harmonious. And I'm the president of the class kind of character. I would say, hey, I just did it at an event. You want to split a piece of bread with me? I would say, let's split the candy bar or something like that. Is that a nice or kind or way to handle tension?
It's beautiful because but go on and look at the literature. You'll see things like getting to yes, which would imply that one person wants the candy bar, the other wants the wrapper. It's not true. Everybody wants the candy bar. Or never split the difference. Splitting the difference is a beautiful thing. What a fair way to do it. So yeah, we need to do more equitable sharing.
Is that in your business? Throughout all my years here, as I learned, you got to make it a win-win. Is those two words? Do those two words help in the world of tension?
Yeah, they do. That's collaboration, and you should look for that. But the reality of it is, if there's one candy bar and both people want it, Win-win can be difficult because, like I said, everybody wants the candy bar. And so, you have to be a fair and good haggler, and understanding what tensions you feel, can really help with that.
Interesting. Should somebody in when they are in a conversation, and I think you point out here is that almost everything in life sort of has is a semi kind of a negotiate. A doctor's negotiating with you in a conversation on how to proceed with your life and so on and so forth. Do you mentally take a moment? I mean, now that you've brought this up, with your book. Do you take a moment and think about this?
Yeah,
Even when you're talking to your kids, your wife, your family members, so on and so forth?
absolutely. Take a beat. Take a beat. Take a beat. Feel what you're feeling. Assess why you're feeling that way. Which of the tensions are involved, and then breathe. Go through a little cleansing process and come up with a little plan and execute it on your head. We do not face it. That's FACE if you're following that. And so we need to face our tensions and identify them, and that's what's going to get you through successfully rather than just launching in. So take a beat. It's good.
How about you got a little master's here in communications, and somebody talked about this thing called body language. How does that fit in?
Well, when you have tension and you try to suppress it, guess where it comes out? It comes out in body language. It comes out in how they look at you and how they feel. So body language reflects how we're feeling. And that's why people study it so carefully, because the words and the body language may be different, but that underlying tension is what's being expressed through your body language.
Can it be though in this regard? Because some people, you know, a smile is a frown up, or a frown is a smile upside down. Some people are, just this is the way you look. I look the way I look, and you might say, "Oh, this guy, he's a miserable soul," and so on and so forth. Is that deceiving? Is that not a way to proceed and use in a negotiation the way someone looks? What do you think?
Yeah, the key is to, do you remember I don't know if you remember the show Columbo. The key is to just spend plenty of time with them, because if you spend enough time with somebody, they can only keep the mask on so long, and you really need to know who you're dealing with. And time, there's nothing like time.
Well, didn't Peter Falk have a raincoat though? He could hide things within his coat. What are
Yeah,
some of the it could go
yeah.
like
He
this?
the raincoat was designed to not have you realize how intelligent he really was.
Oh, well, he played that down so beautifully. What a great actor. They lived near us up in Westchester and Tarrytown area. So, what are some of the other tensions that we could consider? And what's the name of the book and where can people get it? Let's try to help to get this book out there.
Yeah, The Seven Tensions of Negotiations, available at your bookseller, Amazon.com, or my website, cash@cashnickerson.com. And knowing and having the discipline to go through these seven tensions and make sure that you're dealing with the tension you're dealt, is extremely important. Like I said, otherwise we kind of default towards attacking the relationship, and that's bad. That's what's caused so much problem in the world.
What made you think about using this word or writing a whole book about this word? I mean, tension's not a new word in the world, but there's no doubt about it that there's a lot of things that can go along with that word. Frustration, almost to the point of, unfortunately, we do world peace, but people are on the brink of as a result of being very, very tense, and it could take very little to maybe go over the edge. What made you think of that? That's important for you, someone to understand.
Yeah, it's 40 years of negotiating experience, studying negotiation, teaching negotiation. When you teach, you observe. And I watch students sit down to negotiate, and immediately I could see the tension. So when you're watching a negotiation, it really, really manifests itself. And so you can watch negotiations on TV, you'll see it if you're paying attention to it. They get They get those tensions and they don't know how to deal with them. They don't know how to segment them. They don't know how to say, why am I feeling this way? Is it the person? Am I afraid of the outcome? Am I feeling powerless? Is there timing pressure that I need to deal with? Maybe the process for dealing with this is wrong and should be reevaluated. Maybe I just need an agent. Maybe I can't do it. I need somebody else to step in. And how does the rest of my team feel? So that's why I did it, just because I just recognized that I saw it.
I was the producer of a soap opera many years ago in the 70s, okay? Love of Life. And it was on CBS. And the guy who started soap operas, named Larry Auerbach, was the director. And I remember this very, I had just gotten out of college, had a master's, whatever. He went like this to an actor. He said, you got to become a good listener. Listening, intention, where does listening fall in?
Listening is everything, because once you're in touch with your tensions, you need to understand theirs. And they'll tell you. They'll tell you, but you have to get behind what they tell you. So listening is everything. Good negotiation is a process of discovery, right? And so you can't discover if you're not listening, and listening in the broadest sense. So observation, like we talked about body language, but getting a full sense of the person or people that you're sitting with is critical.
Cash, I need you with me all the time. You have to move to, I don't know if you're in Atlanta, you have to come to New York and then move in, because I can't talk to anybody anymore. I can see this. I need your help.
I'm there. I went to high school in upstate New York. I'd be delighted to come back.
There you go. The name of the book, and where can we get it one more time?
Sure. The Seven Tensions of Negotiation, and it's available at your bookseller or Amazon.com or my website, cash@cashnickerson.com.
Cash, you're a great professor. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Have a great day, Paul.
You too.